So I wanted to dress in the fashions of each decade as I was showing you the books from them, but ain't nobody got time for that. What's up, you guys? I am back with the 20th Century book tag. This tag was started by Leslie over at Words of a Reader. Basically, you go through your shelves and you find one book from each decade out of the 20th century. So let's get started. From the 1900s, I have The Hound of the Baskervilles by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and it was published originally in 1902. This book was a required reading for me in my 9th grade English honors class, and it was probably the only book that I read fully, and it got me into liking mystery novels. So yeah. From the 1910s, I have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is a Penguin Threads edition. I actually just showed this in a haul that I did. It was published in 1911. From the 1920s, I have The Great Gatsby. This is the movie cover edition, and I like it better than almost all of the other covers, except for the Modern Classics cover. But yeah, it was published in 1925. From the 1930s, I have The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson. It was published in 1933, and when you control a man's thinking, you don't have to worry about his actions. From the 40s, I have Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is a school issue copy. Don't ask me how I got it. I don't know. But the original was published in 1945, I think, or 1946. One of those years. For the 50s, I have The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. All these stories were published between 1950 and 1956. From the 60s, I have The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. You guys, this is my favorite picture book children's story ever. It was the first story that I read that had somebody in it that looked like me. I just love this story. I do. And this was published in 1962. From the 70s, I have Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. It was published in 1976. And yeah, it is the first book in the Vampire Chronicles by her. From the 80s, I have The Gunslinger by Stephen King, which is the first book in the Dark Tower series, and it was published in 1982. And last but not least, from the 90s, I have Hannibal by Thomas Harris, which is, I think, the second book in the Hannibal Lecter series. I think Red Dragon is first. But yeah, this one was published in 1999. Yeah, 1999. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. It was cool looking through my bookshelves and realizing that I actually did have books from the 20th century, from each decade of the 20th century. So yeah, I tag the book supplier, Super Sushi, Sushila from Super Sushi Pizza, Dee Dee from Frenchie D, Jason from The Heavy Blanks, Amber Pepper, and Misty from The Book Rat. Those are all people that read slightly different books than I do, so I'd be interested to see what books they have. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below in my belly, and I will talk to you guys later.